Well, I would say that there is some progress in Kosovo on several issues, but progress is not enough.
And what does it mean it's not
enough? Well,
it
means that in many areas there are good laws, but the implementation is not good enough. There are, for example, when it comes to what also from the side of the government has been achieved, when it comes to improving the social and economic situation of people, the health system, the educational system, it's not good enough, yeah, from what we also want for Kosovo citizens. So their improvement has to be, but also on the fight against corruption and organized crime, for example.
Corruption still is main topic in the report. If we search the word corruption, you can find the 66 times in 69 pages. How is that possible?
Well, because corruption is an issue in Kosovo. But I think if you searched it in other progress reports for the other countries in the region, you would also find the word quite often. And corruption is not unique in Kosovo. We even have it in EU member states, even in my own. So it's just to say that there is a wider perspective. But it is true that Kosovo and the Kosovo government haven't been doing enough, especially in the fight against high-level corruption and also the justice system. We always find people that they are indicted, but then no conviction takes place. Yeah? So there needs to be more effort in order to do away with corruption, because when corruption is fought at high level, then it's also general people find it possible to say no if they're asked to bribe somebody. Yeah? So they have to have the good example, and that's not there yet.
Another big news in Kosovo is that Pristina Constitutional Court just suspends implementation of the last agreement between Kosovo and Serbia in Brussels. How do you see that?
Well, there's two sides of it. One is that the dialogue is there to improve the relationship between Kosovo and Serbia. But the other thing is how each of the dialogue agreements are implemented in both countries. There still a lot is lacking. And yes, it's sure that the decision of the Kosovo Constitutional Court yesterday was to say we stop the process of preparing the statute and so on for now, and the vote discussing in the parliament, deciding that we postpone implementation until mid-January. I find that a regular procedure in any country, yeah, that if you are not sure about something, you go to the Constitutional Court. So let's see what the Constitutional Court decides, but it should not prevent other things from being implemented. Serbia still has to implement a lot. Kosovo, so there are other things like the cadastre. I think that is where the effort now should be at.
Kosovo just have signed a stabilization agreement with EU. What does it mean for people, normal people in Kosovo?
Well, this is really a very good sign. It's the first time that the Republic of Kosovo has contractual relationships with the European Union. That hasn't existed before. And it is the first step in the process, in the accession process. Yeah? So this is the very good news. And of course, the Stabilization and Association Agreement means many things also for people. More participation in exchange of citizens, more participation in educational programs, in research programs. So this is really something where citizens can profit from. It also means more possibilities of exporting goods that Kosovo is producing. For example, wine. Yeah, Kosovo wine, I have to say myself, has improved a lot over the last years. So that is also something. So products of Kosovo have easier access to the EU and more exchange of citizens, and that is essential for better relations.
Does it step forward for visa liberalization?
Yes, there also is one for visa liberalization. The Commission is preparing the report to present it in December. There's still about Kosovo has already fulfilled the major part of requirements. There's still some, like around 10 or so, missing, and there is progress on that. And I do hope that Kosovo government will implement all of these requirements, and then I do hope and I can see that the Commission will say yes and will propose to member states to give green light to visa liberalization next year. But I'm also saying that the Commission, yes, if Kosovo does everything, will give the green light, but then it's the ministers of the interior who also have to say yes, and that with the high number of refugees that we have coming into our countries now, which doesn't have anything to do with Kosovo, yeah? Luckily there are hardly any Kosovo asylum seekers anymore, that will still require some effort to get ministers of the interior to say yes for that. And for that, it's extremely important that also members of the Kosovo government, of the Kosovo parliament, go to meet with them, and also the Kosovo diplomacy really talks also to those ministers of the interior and to parliaments in different countries how important it is that Kosovo citizens finally will be able to travel freely.
Do you think that Kosovo side, Kosovo institutions are doing that now?
well, I think you can always do more, yeah. But now it's really to implement in these requirements from the Commission, and then it will be in the process to really get to the ministers of the interior and the parliaments in the different countries to convince them how important it is for people to feel that possibility to travel freely. Because, I mean, we all lived in countries where the Iron Curtain was. I lived very close to that, and I never could go there. Yeah? So some of us still have this idea of what it meant that you could not travel. So I think using these arguments will help also ministers of the interior to give the green light for Kosovo citizens to travel freely.